Hello, this is Professor Tom, here to talk to you more about, various subjects. Now, one of the things about me is I have an intense fascination with human languages. I'm not exactly real good at learning how to speak them. I can speak a lot of French and read it, Spanish too. And then after that, I've studied a lot of other languages, but not so good. I took Japanese in college and Russian, and I can make out a bit in Japanese or Russian, but not much at all. I wrote a grammar of Sherpa, but which, by the way, is real close to Tibetan. But again, just because of my circumstances in life, remembering how to speak it, I mean, I can kind of describe the grammar to you to this day, but individual words, I no longer remember because I never practiced them. And after I wrote the dissertation, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm done. But I also look at a lot of other languages from all over the world. I've studied bits of Hungarian, and I can say, "Ennem beszélek magyarul." That means, I don't speak Hungarian. I can say that in a lot of languages. In Arabic, I can say, "La tatakalam fil lugati arabiyati," which might have a lousy accent, but they can understand it. Oh, that means I don't speak Arabic. I really like the idea of the study of typology, the different types of languages there are. English is more analytical, and then you go up the scale to synthetic, which is more like Latin, or fusional to a degree. And then you have languages like Japanese or Turkish, which are agglutinative. You have just little pieces of grammar glued together on the main word, like one syllable affixes, prefixes. And then you get up to polysynthetic, like Kiowa. I was looking at that once. And, or Macaw, which my friend Matt Davidson studied. And morphemes, word meaning parts, fused together. And so you can end up with one word that is composed of many different parts. It's called polysynthetic. Like there's one word in the Mitkin text, which I don't remember how to pronounce or anything, but it basically means they ran down a slope to the beach as a group. And it's got 4 syllables in it. You're going, how do you get that out of 4 syllables? Well, there's a base that basically means that's the first particle in the word that means to do something as a group. And then it has the verbal run, and then slope to denote down, and then the locative suffix that means beach, to be at the beach. Okay, that's polysynthetic. So there's different types of languages. But you know, it's been said if you have Asperger's, you do get fascination with one item or the other. Kind of like that stuff in The Big Bang Theory, where Sheldon just has this thing about toy trains. Okay. Well, even though, like I said, I really can't speak any of the other languages I know too well, you know, I mean the languages. And that even brings up an interesting little story. When I went to China with my ex-wife in 2007, we go to our sister's apartment. Well, my wife at the time, she decides to go visit friends. I'm stuck in an apartment in a language where I'm far from a native speaker. I mean, I know a little bit of Chinese, right? Ni hao ma, wo heng hao, ni ne? Okay, not a lot. And my sister-in-law was a lawyer, and she was smart. She was married to a Frenchman, so she spoke French, she spoke Chinese, and of course she spoke English. Not bad. Smart sister-in-law. I get a knock at the door, and there's two men there, and they're monolingual French speakers in Chengdu, China. Fortunately, I figured out the language, and I started addressing him, telling my sister-in-law isn't here at the moment. Would they like to come in? We started talking. I recited the first few lines of Voltaire's poem, Les Vous et les Tu, to them, and they were like duly impressed. And the reason why they were there was to visit my sister. She was the lawyer for whatever business they had. They were rich people, okay, or at least one of them was. And anyway, so I ended up speaking French with them. And so the first day in China in 2007, I was speaking more French than English or Chinese at points. And eventually, after my sister-in-law got back, and my wife, and our kids, what happened was that they took us all out to dinner. And it was at a nice Chinese restaurant. It's kind of hard to explain how, to someone like me that's always been middle class, what it feels like to be, I guess you call it rich or first class in a third to second world country that China was developing out into. But it's like we had a big round table, all kinds of food, and, you know, interesting conversation, because there were a lot of English speakers there, and French speakers, and definitely Chinese speakers. So anyway, that's just one of the experiences of my life. And if you find yourself having a special interest, just do with it what you can. Well, now I gotta say, adios for right now, and have a wonderful day.